Zoom. I will address that momentarily, as there are more specific instructions detailing appearing via Zoom. But keep in mind that it is a permission to appear via Zoom. And with any permission, it can be easily revoked, especially if specific instructions are not followed. That means I revoke your ability to appear via Zoom. You'll need to come into the courtroom. I order you to come to and appear physically in person. We will be on record with the official court reporter. Allow me to introduce to you Esther Delgado. She is County Court at Law No. 2's official court reporter. All counsel and persons in this session are reminded to exercise proper courtroom decorum and attire at all times. All persons in this session, as well as the public, are admonished to not and shall not record these proceedings. Specifically for those appearing via Zoom and being permitted to appear via Zoom, you will not be in a vehicle. If you find yourself in a vehicle, whether it is parked, you're in the passenger side, it does not matter. You cannot be in a vehicle or own motorized equipment. If you are, you have two choices, two options. Step out and away from the motorized vehicle conveyance and find a quiet place to participate via Zoom. Or you can continue to come down to County Court at Law No. 2, located at 300 De La Rosa, San Antonio, Texas, 78205. We are located on the first floor of the Kadena Reeves Justice Center, and you can appear in person. Your name must be displayed, first name, last name, not your device's name and not your nickname. First name, last name. You must appear. The people in the courtroom are appearing. I can see them clearly. So therefore, via Zoom, you must appear. Your video must be on and you must be in good lighting for me to be able to see you clearly. Place your device on a flat surface and then place yourself in the center of it so that I may be able to see you clearly. And then refrain from moving. Don't need to freeze, but movements like this, walking up and down, all of that is very dizzying for those of us and distracting. So please refrain from moving. Get yourself in a spot now that would be comfortable for you. There will be no chewing gum, eating, drinking, smoking, or vaping while in Zoom. If you can't do it in the courtroom, you definitely can't do it via Zoom. Zoom has a chat feature. You cannot use that without my specific permission, with one exception. The bailiff keeps track of who comes in and out of and controls who comes in and out of the courtroom. If you need to leave the courtroom, make sure that you tell the bailiff that you're leaving and you'll be right back. If you're leaving the Zoom session, please chat to the bailiff and let him know that you're leaving and he'll be right back. He's the one I rely on to know your whereabouts and he will inform me. The bailiff's name is shown as B as in Bravo, C as in Charlie, S as in Sierra, O as in Oscar. That stands for Bexar County Sheriff's Office, J. De La Cruz. BCSO, J. De La Cruz. Now, procedurally, also while on Zoom, for those on Zoom, I need for you to sit up straight. The folks here in the courtroom are sitting up straight, and so I need for you to go ahead and sit up straight. Now, how we shall proceed this morning. After I finish with the instructions, then I will call the docket. Allow me to finish calling the docket, meaning I know that you have some things to tell me about your appearance today, but all I'm interested in is knowing who your attorney is, that you're here, one, and two, who your attorney is if you're represented. If I see that you're not represented, then I will ask you whether you need time to hire or do you need to apply for a court-appointed attorney. If you are on Zoom and you need to apply for a court-appointed attorney, I will probably excuse you so that you can head down to County Court at Law Number 2 to make that application. So with that, I will call the defendant's name 2 times. If I mispronounce your name, please correct me. And so therefore, I may make my best effort to pronounce your name correctly. When I call your name, for those in the courtroom, please stand up, remain standing so that I may ascertain your representation this morning, and then you can sit down. For those on Zoom, unmute, stay unmuted so that I may ascertain your representation, and then you can go ahead and mute yourself again. Your attorney may answer for you, but however, I still need to hear from you, put my eyes on you in order to check you in, and I'll check both you and your attorney in. If your attorneys, when you announce, please let me know if you need to consult with an ADA or confer with the ADA or consult with my court coordinator so that to get a date or something of that nature. So I will mark that and we can quickly move you after I finish calling the docket. Then once I finish calling the docket and moving the attorneys who need to confer, then I will address any issues at that time and proceed with the duties of the day. But please allow me to finish calling the docket. If you're in a vehicle, your name is not displayed correctly, last name, first name, or you're not appearing, your video lighting, what I will do is I will allow you to fix any one of those issues. And at the end of my calling the docket, I will first start with the courtroom and ask if there's anyone that has not heard their name or have not called their name. Then I will ask those on Zoom, is there anyone that I have not called their name, they have not heard their name, or I have not recognized? So if you are in a vehicle, your name is not displayed correctly, and you're not appearing, your video is not on, I will tell you, please fix that. You'll have time to fix it, and then I will mark you as late. Understand? So, and then once you fix it, as I said, I will mark you as late and we'll continue. Any violations of these instructions are subject to contempt of court. So again, today is Friday. It is the 21st day of October, 2022. I am looking for the following people. Bailiff, I'm starting to call the docket. Anybody who walks in after this or enters the Zoom session afterwards, please make sure that you identify them and place them correctly. Dina Nielsen, Dina Lynn Nielsen. Mark has failure to appear. Samuel Narvaez. Samuel Narvaez.
Here you are.
Unmute. Good morning, Mr. Narvaez.
Good
Is
morning.
Alfred Ramirez your attorney?
Correct.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Narvaez. We will go ahead and wait for your attorney.
Go ahead.
Taylor Bunkin. Taylor Scott Bunkin. Good morning, Mr. Bunkin. Do you need time to hire an attorney, or would you like to apply for a court appointed? You can apply for one? All right, Lee, we'll go ahead and get you started. Thank you for being here, sir.
Mute yourself, sir.
Alexandria Flores. Alexandria Nicole Flores. Good morning, Ms. Flores. Is your attorney Monica Guerrero? Very good. We'll go ahead and wait for her. I appreciate you being here this morning. Thank you. Gerardo de los Santos. Gerardo de los Santos.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. De Los Santos is present.
Morning.
Okay, Mr. De Los Santos, thank you for being here. And sir, I have Trey Porter as the attorney of record.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Joseph Strickland. Mr. Porter and I work together.
Thank you, sir.
And Judge, we have a plea pretty ready on this case. We had some issue with the first round of paperwork, but Ling has resent the paperwork and we're trying to get it going.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
Joseph Gillian. Joseph Damien Gillen. Thank you. Mr. Gillen, is your attorney David Cuellar? Okay, very good. We'll go ahead and wait for him. Thank you for being here, sir. Alexis Garcia. Alexis Ian Garcia. Mark has failure to appear. Anatoly Svetlansky. Anatoly Svetesky. Sweteskiy. Larissa Marie Moreno. Good morning, Ms. Moreno. Is your attorney Alice Warburton? Oh, very good. We'll go ahead and wait for her. Thank you for being here. Darian Perez. Darian A. Perez.
Present, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Perez. Is your attorney Lee Carter?
That's correct.
Thank you very much for being here. We'll go ahead and wait for her. Jose Alvarado. Jose Alvarado.
Present, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Alvarado. Is your attorney Jaime Aldape?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. We'll go ahead and wait for him. Attorneys are running around. So
Thank you.
thank you very much for being here, sir. Appreciate it. Is there anyone in the courtroom that I have not called their name? Have not heard. Is there anyone on Zoom that I have not called your name or recognized you? Anyone on Zoom that has not heard their name or I have not recognized? Attorney Ramirez?
Yes, Judge.
Good morning, sir. Your client checked in. Thank you for being here, sir.
Yes, I apologize. I was delayed.
No, not a problem. Okay, that concludes, it was a short docket. That concludes the calling of the docket. Who is my conferring ADA?
Good morning, Judge. This is ADA Han. I'll be conferring.
Alrighty. What attorneys need to go in to talk with the ADA? Anyone need to talk, confer with the ADA? Already going once. Alrighty. Okay, so we have a plea this morning. I'll check in a minute to see if that plea is ready, if I have the paperwork. All right, so, but let me go down the, do we have the paperwork for Mr. Brunken? Ms. Luna, I need for Mr. Brunken to be taken care of as far as filling out the paperwork for a court-appointed attorney.
Yes, Judge.
Attorney Ramirez, I'm going down, straight down the docket. What are we doing with your client? Did he check out again? I don't see him. He must be having problems with his, okay.
I think he's having problems with his,
It appears that he is having problems with his technology, so we'll see. David Cuellar is not here. Marco Guerrero is not here. Jonathan Mitchell, not here. Elizabeth Settles, not here. Alice Burton, not here. Okay. State, do you know the status of cause number 6744479 for Mr. De Los Santos?
Yes, Judge, it was sent out because there was an error on the paperwork on my part. So it was resent out just this morning. I believe Mr. Strickland has signed off on it. And Mr. De Los Santos does have to enter all of his information back in for the personal data sheet. So I imagine that'll take a little bit of time.
Okay, counsel, do you want me to put you in a breakout room with your client so that you guys can figure out all the paperwork and send it off?
Sure, just in case he needs any questions or anything. That'd be great, Judge.
Make sure that Attorney Strickland can go ahead and share his screen if necessary. All right. Okay. Okay, Mrs. De Los Santos, you should have, okay. Okay, this is a good time for you to contact your attorneys. Step out, we've called the docket, mute yourself, and contact your attorneys. Let them know that you're here, you're checked in, and you're good to go, and you're just waiting for them, okay?
Officer De La Cruz.
Yes, sir.
Let's step out to the restroom real quick.
Go ahead.
Attorney Strickland?
Yes, Judge, we are ready on our plea.
All right, so- Attorney Strickland, I'm going to have the court coordinator send you a personnel data sheet. There has been, there may have been some kind of technical issues when that was being completed. So I'm going to have her send you the personnel data sheet for review and completion. Okay, sir?
Okay.
Thanks. And sir, if you will go over the motor vehicles in the household with your client as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll place you guys back in the breakout room. Good morning, Attorney Adape. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Good, good. 2 seconds. Did you move Attorney Strickland in with his? They have what? Okay. Yes, sir.
Judge, I have two cases today. The first one is Robert De Los Santos. He's actually trying a murder case, a rape case today, but I believe he checked in this morning just to show that he was there in person. That's case number 649-899.
649-899. Okay.
And Your Honor, I have a second case. And my client for the second case is here. His name is Jose Alvarado.
Yes, sir.
That is 561-503.
Yes, sir.
And I've discussed the case with him. I was actually appointed for his appeal. And it's my understanding that he no longer wishes to appeal the case. He just wishes to, do the probation that was granted. in this case.
Okay. mm, I believe today's a day my CLO is not here. Let me get a hold of someone else that can be able to assist you and your client. Okay, sir?
Sure.
Give me a second. In the meantime, Attorney Adape, I'm sure that we're going to need some sort of paperwork.
Yes,
from
Judge.
your end and your clients, and so.
I was going to file something with him. I just need to physically, get him to sign it.
Sure.
He has been very responsive. I actually texted him and he responded right away. So I was going to request his email address today and just have him sign a 1-sentence statement saying, I wish to withdraw my right to appeal, if that's sufficient with the court.
If you wish, well, yes, then, we just need that's sufficient for you to be able to draft anything that is needed. So would you like to be placed in a breakout room with him now?
No, we've been talking. I think the
Okay.
only issue is I just need I'm going to email it to him today. And if it takes him a day or so, he'll scan it and send it back to me.
Okay. I do. Okay. Counsel, what court?
He's in the 437 district court, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hi, is anyone able to move me into a breakout room with my client?
Attorney Strickland? Oh, just re-invite him. Mr. Narvaez, please accept the invitation and join your attorney in the breakout room.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Join your attorney, okay? So we can get that straightened out. Oh, your attorney is Ramirez. Is he there? Has he?
No, I'm still waiting for him, Your Honor.
Okay,
He-
all righty,
It was getting cut out in and out.
all righty. Okay, Attorney Adape, Mr. De Los Santos is in the 437th, and we'll wait to see the results of that. But
Judge.
with your client, sir, we'll just need the paperwork. We may need to go ahead and put him on probation. I'm waiting to see if I hear anything from CLO. But that's the only other thing is to probably check with the CLO or trying to hear from Marissa Setovich. She's the manager for the CLOs, but see if
I can send the contact information to Marina if that makes it easier. And whenever you get a hold of them, they can have every possible way to get a hold of him.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yes, and they probably do have all that information. I just don't know, suspended. Maybe. Well, let's go ahead and get all the paperwork necessary and get him back on probation. And then we just may need to go ahead and visit the requirements, see what he's completed and what he hasn't completed so far.
Perfect. So we'll send that contact information to Marina later. Is that what you want, Judge?
We can go ahead and put you in a breakout room with her so you can provide it now. And let's see, let's get a probably 2 or 3 weeks reset. Would that be sufficient time for you to get everything done?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, all righty. And let's go ahead and do that. And it'll probably be a 2-3 week reset for just a status follow-up on a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 2:30 p.m., sir. So we can go ahead and know what we're doing with the probation.
Sure. Today, so 3 weeks from today is
On a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 2:30 p.m.
November 14th is a Monday. So that should be good.
That should be good, exactly. All righty.
Are you putting me in with Marina, Judge?
Yes, sir. and we'll do the reset and everything. And thank you so much for your time. We'll let you know what, please, once you find out what's going on with Mr. De Los Santos, let us know. And otherwise, you and your client can be excused from there.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good one.
You too.
Jose, you can be excused, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mm.
Your Honor, my attorney's back on, Mr. Ramirez. This is Samuel.
Okay. Okay. Attorney Ramirez, has my court coordinator been in touch with you and sent you some information?
Not that I've seen. Let me check my email.
All righty.
I do see the deficiencies in that. I think he was having some problems entering in, but I can, if you can put us in a breakout room and I will update the data sheet and that'd probably be the easiest way, I think.
Yes, sir. I'll give you the ability to be able to share your screen.
Okay,
Alrighty?
great.
Thanks. And please, sir, Attorney Ramirez, check that motor vehicles in the household document as well.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Narvaez? Mr. Narvaez, you need to join your attorney in the breakout room. You've received an invitation.
I believe I did open it. It doesn't let me get in it.
Sir,
I do.
if you need to take a Zoom tutorial on it, I don't know what to do. I mean, if you come here in person, we can help you out. But if you don't know how to use Zoom, it's difficult for us to be able to assist you. Send him another invitation. So what we're going to do is send you 2 invitations now. Don't click on the first one, click on the second one, okay, sir? Watch your
Yeah.
screen.
Yes, Your Honor.
Attorney Strickland?
Yes, Judge. I think we're ready to try again.
Alrighty, sir, no problem. Let me see what I got here.
If not, then I don't know what the issue is, but if there's an issue, we will fix it.
Judge, I have the data sheet. I'm gonna go ahead and forward it to your email if that's okay.
Alrighty, thank you.
I have
You can also print it out.
back room, but it doesn't click on it. It doesn't let me open it.
Sir, go ahead and take a YouTube and a tutorial on being able to go in and out of whatever device that you have, okay? You can Google YouTube. But right now,
Yeah.
I'm going to get it in a breakout room, excuse me, into a hearing, and I can't have you talking while I'm doing the hearing, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry about that.
Not a problem. I just wanted to let you know that. So, and also you can call your attorney and have him work with you on that, but mute yourself right now, okay?
Right.
All righty. Let's get on record. Court is going to call cause number 674-479, State of Texas versus Gerardo de los Santos Jr. Parties, please approach and identify who's before the court, starting with the state.
Ling Han for the state.
And Joseph Strickland for Mr. De Los Santos.
Are you Gerardo de los Santos Jr.?
Yes, ma'am.
The same that has been accused of driving while intoxicated, alleged to have occurred on the 27th day of November 2021 and classified as a Class B misdemeanor. Are you the same so accused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth under pains and penalties of perjury, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may go ahead and lower your hand. All parties are on Zoom, so the court is going to start sharing the court screen. Mr. De Los Santos, can you see the court screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel,
Yes, Your Honor.
state,
Yes, Your Honor.
state undisplays a document entitled State's Consent to Video Conferencing. Did you sign that document thus consenting to plead to these proceedings by video conferencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the state's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Defense undisplays a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Video Conferencing. Mr. De Los Santos, is this your signature where I am circling the cursor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign this document thus consenting to plea by video conferencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, with your signature on the same document, do you join your client in consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
The defendant's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Counsel, how long have you been representing Mr. De Los Santos?
Since the beginning of the case, well over 10 days.
Are we applying for probation? And if so, what type?
We're applying for deferred adjudication.
Mr. De Los Santos, this is your application on display. It is entitled, this document is entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication Community Supervision. It's a two-page document. This is the first page, and then this is the second page. Okay, don't know what that is. Sir, I am drawing your attention to the middle of the page where I am circling the cursor. It says that you personally appeared before me today, albeit via Zoom. You are the defendant in this case. I have sworn you in, and under oath, you are going to state that your application for deferred adjudication community supervision and the document entitled your personnel data sheet, which is going to be attached to the application, is true and correct. Is that true and correct? Your personal data sheet, sir, is your personal data sheet true and correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have a copy of it here that has been provided to me. And now, do you need to speak with your attorney to understand the consequences of your response to this statement? And that is that defendant understands and acknowledges that any untrue statement in the application or in the exhibit, your personal data sheet, may be grounds for denial or revocation of community supervision in this case. Do you need to speak with your attorney?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I apologize for the bouncing back and forth here. I'm trying to get this thing so that it shows.
Not a problem, Judge.
Sorry. Oh. Okay, that's much better. All right. Okay. Sir, what is your response? Do you understand and so acknowledge, since you do not wish to speak with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
And that is yes to the fact that you understand and so acknowledge, right, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have signed the document, making it part of the record. State, have you fulfilled your discovery and Brady requirement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Counsel, are you satisfied that the state has satisfied its obligation to provide you discovery under Article 39.14 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, as well as giving you full access to the state's files?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is this matter subject to law enforcement disclosure? And if it is, has that been complied with?
It is subject to, and it has been complied with, Your Honor.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement, making it part of the record. State, do you have any motions for the court's consideration?
Judge, the state would move at this time to waive and abandon count 1 and proceed just on the obstruction.
That's to proceed on count number 2.
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, hold on a second. Defense, what say ye to state's oral motion?
No objection, Judge.
Without objection, that motion is granted. State, any other motions for the court's consideration?
No other motions at this time.
State, no exhibits?
Judge, the state moves to enter in the exhibits containing the offense report and the crash report for the purposes of this hearing only.
And what exhibit number is that, State?
Exhibit 1.
State, is this your exhibit 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, what say ye to the exhibit?
No objection.
State's exhibit 1 is admitted without objection for the purposes of this hearing. Mr. De Los Santos, this is State's Exhibit 1, and it's a package of documents. The first document is entitled Stipulation of Facts and Judicial Confession. And in this case, it is a one-page document. The next document here is vehicles in the household, whereby you swear that the following vehicles are possessed or owned by you or a member of your family or household where you live. The court
Yes, Your
notes
Honor.
that only one vehicle is listed at this address, and you have signed that under oath. The next document is the plea bargain document, whereby it indicates that you intend to enter into a plea of guilty. The next document is waiver of appeal and post-conviction remedies, whereby, again, it says that you intend to enter in a plea of guilty. Next document is an oath, whereby it says, again, you are the person so accused in this case. You have been duly sworn in, and you state that all the facts stated in the above stipulations and plea agreement are true and correct, specifically including the documents so labeled. And these are the documents that I have just shown you. You have signed it. I am going to sign it, making it part of the record. And I am going to order it as it indicates that you intend to plead guilty. And then these are the rest of the documents that's contained in this exhibit. State, any other motions for the course? Any other motions from the state?
No other motions from the state, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have any motions for the court's consideration?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. De Los Santos. The next document here is the defendant's waiver of constitutional rights and court's admonitions. This is a two-page document. This is the first page, and then this is the second page. Is this your signature where I'm circling the cursor, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review this two-page document with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
After going over this two-page document, did you freely and voluntarily sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
So with your signature and your testimony now, you're telling me that you understand everything in this two-page document as it was reviewed and explained to you by your attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
He has done a very good job for you, one, to be able to bring this to a disposition for you and remove the DWI and reduce it to an obstruction, Class B, how, and it's an ordinary Class B misdemeanor. So he has worked hard to get you the very best results. Did it explain to you the range of punishment with this Class B misdemeanor, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did it explain to you your constitutional rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understood them
Yes, Your Honor.
as you understood the range of punishment.
Yes, Your Honor.
With your understanding of your constitutional rights, sir, do you freely and voluntarily give them up?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
I will approve your jury waiver. I am going to sign it, make it part of the record. You will no longer be able to have a jury trial in this case. Counsel, do you believe that your client is competent to enter into a plea?
I do, Your Honor.
With the information, were you able to apprise this defendant of the nature of the offense and the charges against him?
I was.
Do you and this defendant waive the formal reading of the information?
We do.
State, what is the punishment recommendation to the court?
Judge, the state is recommending proceeding just on the obstruction. That be for 18 months deferred adjudication with a $250 fine and court costs. 60 hours community service restitution. DWI education. uimpact.com. TAP evaluation and all recommendations from it. Ignition interlock for half the term. That the defendant agrees not to early terminate from his supervision. And the state has received notice, I believe, has been e-filed by defense, certificates of completion for Mr. De Los Santos, DWI education, and uimpact or victim impact panel. I would ask that the court give Mr. De Los Santos credit for that.
That's defendant's defense argument, correct?
I don't know, Judge. I just know that I'm supposed to do justice, and that's what justice is to me.
You can acknowledge receipt of it. And the court will ask if you have any issues since it is done before, if it was done before the plea is taken. Defense counsel, is that your understanding of the state's punishment recommendation to the court?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. De Los Santos, is that your understanding of the what your attorney has worked out with the state on your behalf in order to be able to dispose of this case for you today?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. De Los Santos, with that your understanding, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Plead guilty.
You're pleading guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason than the fact that you are guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will accept your plea of guilty, finding that it is intelligently and freely made, and you are competent to enter into such a plea. Counsel, what on behalf of your client do you have, and why should I consider this plea?
Yes, Judge, and just repeating what Ms. Hahn said, we did file certificates for DWI education as well as a victim impact panel that Mr. De Los Santos completed in preparation for this plea. We would ask that assuming it's okay with the state, that he be given credit for those. It is a victim impact panel course and not the uimpact. Mr. De Los Santos is of course going to do whatever he needs to do to comply. If the state and the court would like for him to take the uimpact course, he'll do that as well. But if the DWI victim impact panel is acceptable, then that would be great too.
Anything else, sir?
No, Your Honor. We would just ask that you follow the state's recommendation in this case.
I note that there is a Texas DWI education program that has been completed on the 5th of September, 2022. It was e-filed in October 20, 2022. E-filed, it appears to have been e-filed yesterday. state this matter was completed prior to the taking of the plea. Do you have any objections? And court taking judicial notice for the text DWI education.
The state has no objection, Your Honor.
And I will add the victim impact panel to the requirements. And I have a completion certificate of a victim impact panel that's dated August 19, 2022. State, do you have any objections to the court taking judicial notice of that completion certificate?
No objection from the state, Your Honor.
Court will take judicial notice of the victim impact panel, the completion certificate that was taken. All righty, so. Mr. De Los Santos, whom do you live with?
Sorry, sir, who do I live with?
Yes, whom do you live with?
My parents.
Do they have vehicles?
Yes, ma'am.
Are they part of your family?
I'm sorry?
Are they part of your family? Do you consider them part of your family?
My parents, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And they live with you in the same household?
Correct.
Are their vehicles listed here?
No, ma'am, I didn't list theirs. I just listed mine.
I'm sorry, Judge, and that's my fault. That's my
I'm
fault, Judge.
Counsel?
I apologize, Judge. I thought he lived on it.
Counsel, I've stayed here and I read this sentence. And no one said anything when I was reading this sentence very emphatically. Motor vehicles that are possessed or owned by you, Mr. De Los Santos, or a member of your family. I know that you probably raised an eyebrow when I asked you whether your parents are your family or live with you, and nobody said anything.
That's my fault, Your Honor. I misadvised him on that.
Why? The sentence is confusing, counsel?
No, Judge, I was confused and I was under the impression that he lived on his own. That's just my fault, Judge.
Mr. De Los Santos, what's the name of your parents?
Marisela de los Santos and Gerardo de los Santos.
Who else do you live with?
My little brother also lives there.
You have a brother?
Yes, ma'am.
And does he have a vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
Is he a member of your family?
Yes, ma'am.
He lives in the same household?
Correct.
Is his vehicle listed here?
No, ma'am.
What's his name, please?
Cristobal de los Santos.
Anyone else?
No, I mean, my little cousin lives there, but he's like 11 years old, so he doesn't drive.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand you, sir. Is there anyone else living with you?
Yes, my smaller little cousin.
Your smaller little cousin doesn't have a vehicle?
No, ma'am, he's like 11 years old.
Sir, do you have the vehicle ignition interlock already on your vehicle?
No,
And can you describe to me the vehicle that the ignition interlock is going to be placed in?
it's a 2019 black Chevy Malibu,
What color?
black.
Is that your vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
State, what was the BAC in this case?
Judge, the BAC was a 0.12.
State, do you have any objections to this defendant being referred to the Bear County Gives Back program?
No objection from the state, Your Honor.
Counsel, are you familiar with the Bear County Gives Back program?
I am, Your Honor.
Counsel, is there any legal reason why this matter cannot be disposed of today?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. De Los Santos, although there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, I'm going to withhold my finding of guilt, and I am going to place you on 18 months of deferred adjudication community supervision for obstruction of highway. You will be supervised by the Community Service and Corrections Department, otherwise known as Probation Office, with these following conditions, and they will be supervising you on behalf of this court. That's the conditions will be $250 fine plus court costs, 60 hours of community service restitution. I will refer you to the Bear County Gives Back program to satisfy 40 hours of those 60 hours of community supervision if you choose to, and I will discuss that in detail in a minute. DWI Education, uimpact.com, the Victim Impact Panel, and the TAP. Court is going to give you credit for the DWI Education and the Victim Impact Panel that you have already taken, and the court has taken judicial notice of the completion. Certificates received, e-filed, and made part of the court's record. And the state has no objections to the recognition of those completion programs. Ignition interlock for half the term, and that will be installed within 10 calendar days. There'll be no early termination of this case. I will expect 2 or 3 affidavits from you. One will be that you will not drive any vehicle, and that's from you, Mr. De Los Santos, any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock. The next is from your family members whom you live with, you have identified, and they have vehicles. That is Gerardo and Maricela De Los Santos, your parents, and Cristobal De Los Santos, your brother. They can all be on one vehicle, on one affidavit, or you can make it a second affidavit, however you wish. But I need it in 10 calendar days, and that is, they will not allow you to drive any of their vehicles under any circumstances. They'll need to describe their vehicle by year, make, model, color, license plate number, and the last 6 digits of the vehicle identification number. I will have your community supervision officer, your probation officer prepare a status report in 2 months to let me know how you are doing while on probation, let the court know. They will also conduct a visit, a field visit. I'm setting your supervision fee at $45. State, did I cover everything for you?
Yes, Your Honor, you have. Thank you.
Defense counsel, is there anything further on this matter?
Just to ask, Judge, if Mr. De Los Santos could also have the option of buying out his community service hours.
Sir, thank you. That segues very nicely to my discussion of the completion of the 60 hours of community service. First, I'm referring you to the Bexar County Gives Back program for completion of 40 hours. If you wish to participate in that program, I provide it as an alternative for your completion and satisfaction of the 60 hours of community service restitution of which you have been accessed. There are other alternatives to being able to satisfy that one requirement, and your CSO will have all those alternatives to include making a donation, as I have also on there as far as the guidelines, how which organizations that donation can be made to. Counsel, have I answered your question?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything further, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. De Los Santos, regarding the trial court certificate of defendant's right to appeal, this has been a plea bargain case, and I'm going to certify that you have no right of appeal. And I have signed it. You will get a copy of that when you come down to provide us your fingerprints. Today is Friday. Will you be able to come down Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday next week?
What time do you close? I would have to check my work schedule.
It will be between the hours of 2 p.m. and before 4:30 p.m.
Let me see what my work schedule is for next week.
Sure. Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Which one will it be?
If it's between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m., I'm at work, so I would.
Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. If you do not choose, I will choose for you.
And Judge, just asking because I don't know if being deferred, does the court still requires a fingerprint?
Yes.
Okay.
Article 38.33.
I will try to make it there on Wednesday, I guess.
Sir, if you do not come down between the hours of 2 p.m. and before 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday, and I believe that is Wednesday, is the 26th of August, a warrant will be issued to your for your arrest. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did I say August? October. Thank
October,
you.
yeah.
That's the 26th, Wednesday, the 26th of October, 2022. Sir, you will be coming down to County Court at Law Number 2, located at 300 De La Rosa, 78205. We are on the first floor of the Cadena Reeves Justice Center. When you come into the courtroom, you will check in with the deputy, and the deputy would further direct you, okay?
Yes, sir.
And when you come down, you will make corrections to your personal data sheet as needed, and also the motor vehicles in the household. You'll make those corrections. So make sure to bring that information down to list all the vehicles in the household.
Yes,
You
Your
understand,
Honor.
sir?
Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Sir, your attorney has done a great job for you. The way to thank and appreciate the great work your attorney has done for you is for you to be successful on probation. I'm looking forward to your success on probation so that you can continue to be the valuable member you are to your family and this community, and the contributions that you're making now and you're going to make in the future. So we look forward to your continued success, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. I am going to place you, when you come down, we'll make sure that you get with the court liaison officer so that she will be able to tell you all about the Bear County the Bear County Gives Back program. Again, that is your choice if you wish to participate. And then she'll determine your eligibility to participate as well. Okay, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have yourself a great weekend. Counsel, if there's nothing else, if you have nothing else in this, again, thank you for your service and service to your client.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good
You
weekend.
and your client are excused. Have a great weekend.
Right.
Court is stop sharing. Mm. Attorney Cutter,
Yes, Your Honor.
okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Attorney Cutter, I'm looking at the time. I'd like to see you and your client back at 1 o'clock for us to have the hearings. I'm going to do a plea and handle a couple of other matters with the attorneys who are here. And then I'm going to break. And so I'll see you at 1 o'clock, okay, with your client.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Attorney Ramirez, we're going to go ahead and handle your case very next. So we're going to take that plea, but please allow me to see to Attorney Cuellar. Attorney Cuellar, your client, Mr. Gillen,
Yes, Your Honor.
all right, is here in person. And I believe he is set for an arraignment. And sir, what do we want to do, Mr. Gillen? Have you conferred with the DAs?
I have not. I would like to, if I could.
Okay, alrighty. Who, Attorney ADA Lynn Han Martinez, are you still conferring?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Okay. Alrighty, let's go ahead and put Attorney Cuellar in with ADA Lynn Han to confer. Ms. Luna, contact the attorneys, let them know that definitely we are breaking on or before 12 noon. If they can go ahead and contact their clients. And if not, they'll need to come back at 1 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
Let us get a record. Court is going to call cause number 612460, State of Texas versus Samuel R. Narvaez. Parties, please approach and identify who's before the court, starting with the state.
Victor Hernandez for the state.
Alfred Ramirez on behalf of the defendant Samuel Narvaez Jr.
Good morning. Are you Samuel Narvaez R. Jr.?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same that has been accused of driving while intoxicated, alleged to have occurred on the 11th day of April 2019, and is classified as a Class B misdemeanor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth under pains and penalties of perjury? So help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
You may lower your hand, Mr. Narvaez. I'm going to start sharing the course screen as everybody is on Zoom. If everybody's on Zoom. Excuse me, I'm getting some kind of a weird message here. Okay. Mr. Narvaez, can you see the course screen?
I am looking at it right now, Your Honor.
Counsel, can you see the course screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, can you see the course screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, on display is a document entitled State's Consent to Video Conferencing. Did you sign this document thus consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
Your Honor, Assistant District Attorney Ling Han signed it and state adopts it.
Okay. There's a little bit of feedback with you, State, but thank you very much. State's video conferencing is made part of the record. Video conferencing consent. Defense, on display is a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Video Conferencing. Mr. Narvaez, is this your signature where I'm circling the cursor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign this document thus consenting to plea by video conferencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, with your signature on the same document, do you join your client in consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defendant's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Counsel, how long have you been representing Mr. Narvaez?
Over a couple of years.
And are we applying for probation? And if so, what type?
Deferred adjudication.
Mr. Narvaez, this is a 2-page document for your application for deferred adjudication community supervision. This is the first page, and then this is the second page. I draw your attention further to where I am circling the cursor, right in the middle of the second page. It states that you personally appeared before me today, that you are the person so accused in this case. I have sworn you in, and under oath, you're telling me that your application for deferred adjudication community supervision, as well as the document entitled your personnel data sheet, which is going to be attached as an exhibit to your application, is true and correct. Now, you have provided me a hard copy of your personal data sheet. Is it true and correct, sir?
It's correct, Your Honor.
Do you need to speak with your attorney to understand the consequences of your response to this statement? Defendant understands and acknowledges that any untrue statement in the application or the exhibit, your personal data sheet, may be grounds for denial or revocation of any community supervision in this case. Do you need to speak with your attorney first before you respond, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Your response to the statement, do you understand and so acknowledge, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes? Okay,
Yes, Your Honor.
all righty. Thank you. I will sign the document. I'm making it part of the record. Sorry about this. I don't know what's. Okay. State. Have you fulfilled your discovery and Brady requirement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense counsel, are you satisfied that the state has fulfilled its obligation to provide you discovery under Article 39.14 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, as well as giving you full access to the state's files?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is this matter subject to law enforcement disclosure? And if it is, has that been complied with?
Your Honor, status complied.
I'm sorry, did you say yes?
Oh, yes, I understand. Yes, the subject and status complied. Yes.
Thank you. I will sign the discovery acknowledgement, making it part of the record. State, do you have any motions for the court's consideration?
Yes, Your Honor, the state moves to waive and abandon count 1 and proceed on count 2, the charge of obstruction of highway intoxication.
What say ye, defense, to state's oral motion?
No objection, Your Honor.
Without objection, that motion is granted. State, any other motions for the court's consideration?
Yes, Your Honor, the state moves court to admit exhibit 1 from the state solely for the purposes of this hearing, Your Honor.
Counsel, what do you say to state's motion?
No
for
objection.
exhibit? State's exhibit 1 is admitted without objection from the defense for the sole purpose of this hearing. State, is this state's exhibit 1 on display?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes,
Mr. Narvaez, this is state's exhibit number 1. It is a package of documents. The first is stipulation of facts and judicial confession. In this case, this is a 1-page document. Then it is the motor vehicles in the household, whereby you are stating that you do not own or possess a motor vehicle, and no member of your family or household where you live owns or possesses a motor vehicle. You have signed that as of yesterday.
Your Honor,
The next,
I believe that was signed in error.
Yes,
what was signed in error? The signature's in error
The,
or,
the check, the little dot check marking, he does
The-
have a vehicle.
oh. Okay, so he should have checked up here where it says he does swear that a motor vehicle is possessed by him, possessed or owned by him, or a member of his family or household where he lives?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all righty. Will we be able to go ahead and correct that when he comes in to provide us his signature, his thumbprint, his
Yes, we will.
fingerprints? Okay, all right.
Yes.
Thank you very much, counsel. The next document is plea bargain, whereby it indicates that you are going to plead guilty. And the next document is waiver of appeal and post-conviction remedies, where again indicates you're going to plead guilty. Next document is an oath whereby it states that you have personally appeared before me. You are the defendant in this case. I have sworn you in and under oath. You're telling me that all the facts stated in the above stipulations and plea agreement are true and correct, specifically including the documents labeled as such that I have gone over with you and I have read the label for each document. You have signed it. I am going to sign it and I am going to make it part of the record. Also, there is an order and indicating that you are going to go ahead and plead guilty, and I am going to sign that, make that part of the record. And then these are the other documents that along with the package. So that states Exhibit 1. State, do you have any other motions for the court's consideration?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have any motions for the court's consideration?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Narvaez, on display is a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. This is a 2-page document. This is the first page, and then this is the second page. Sir, is this your signature? Is this your signature where I am circling the cursor?
yes, Your Honor. Sorry, it's charging.
It's okay. Did you go over this document with the attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
After you went over it with the attorney, did you freely and voluntarily sign this 2-page document?
Correct, Your Honor.
That's a yes, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
So with your testimony and your signature, you're telling me that you understand everything in this 2-page document as it was reviewed and explained to you by your attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Always, Your Honor.
He has done a great job for you in being able to reduce this from a DWI to an obstruction and further make it a regular Class B misdemeanor and be able to bring this to a disposition for you today. He has done a great job, a great service to you. Sir, did he explain to you the range of punishment with this new Class B? Mr. Narvaez, you're muted. Could you unmute yourself, please, and stay unmuted so we can complete the plea?
I'm sorry.
Did he explain to you?
Yes,
It's okay. Did they explain to you the range of punishment associated with this Class B misdemeanor?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understood them?
Correct, Your Honor.
And did he explain to you your constitutional rights, and did you understand those?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so with your understanding of your constitutional rights, do you freely and voluntarily give them up?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a US citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will approve your jury waiver and I am going to go ahead and sign. You will no longer be able to have a jury trial in this case, as I have made it part of the record with my signature. Counsel, do you believe that your client is competent to enter into a plea today?
Yes, Your Honor.
With the information, were you able to apprise the defendant of the nature of the offense and charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you and the defendant waive the formal reading of the information?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, what is the punishment recommendation in this case?
The state recommends a fine of $500 with court costs, 16 months of deferred adjudication, 48 hours community service restitution, that's 4/8. DWI education program, U-Impact, ATP evaluation, and the ignition interlock for half the term, it should be 8 months. I think that's all, Your Honor. That's all.
Counsel, is that your understanding of the state's punishment recommendation to the court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Narvaez, is that your understanding of what your attorney has worked out with the state on your behalf in order to dispose of this matter for you today?
Yes, Your Honor.
With that understanding, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty, Your Honor.
You're pleading guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason than the fact that you are guilty, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. I am.
I will accept your plea of guilty, finding that it is freely and intelligently made and that you're competent to enter into such a plea. Counsel, what, if anything, on behalf of your client, and why should I consider this plea?
Your Honor, my client recently had some health issues, and he's ready to get this probation going. He no longer drinks at all due to his health issues. He had a real bad scare with some heart problems. He understands the problems with drinking, and he's ready to get this probation deferred adjudication completed and satisfied.
Yes, Your Honor. I have heart failure and I am AFib.
Mr. Narvaez, I'm sorry to hear about the health issues. I didn't get that last part. I heard the heart failure, but I didn't hear the ACE something.
AFib. My heart is irregular, so it beats off beat. It comes
Okay.
and goes, and it just beat right.
Alrighty, good. Well, thank you for being able to go ahead and continue to look into that matter and take care of yourself. Okay, sir?
Yes,
Your
Your
attorney
Honor.
has indicated that you're focused in on that, and that's a good thing. I understand that I see here that you do perform roadside service. Is that with a vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that the vehicle that you have listed as your vehicle? Is it the same?
Correct, Your Honor. It's yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Same vehicle.
And whom do you live with, sir?
By myself.
Okay. And the dependent that you have listed is whom?
My child, but it's when she comes and goes during the weekends, every other weekend.
How old is the child?
She's 3.
No. Sir, are you paying child support?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, describe to me the vehicle that we will be putting the ignition interlock in with by year, make, model, and color.
It's a 2014 F-250, white in color. It's a 4-door.
Okay.
I have
And-
fuel cell, just my tools in it, like whatever I need.
Okay, that's the same vehicle that you use to do your self-employment?
Correct.
Okay. Do you have the ignition interlock in it now, sir?
No, Your Honor.
State, what was the BAC in this case?
I don't understand, it was 0.089.
I'm not a big drinker. It was just one of those nights, I guess.
Yes, sir. Counsel, is there any legal reason why this matter cannot be disposed of today?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Narvaez,
Yes, Your
although
Honor.
there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, I'm going to withhold my finding of guilt. I'm going to place you on 16 months of deferred adjudication probation for obstruction of highway. You will be supervised by the Community Supervision and Corrections Department all on behalf of this court. And of course, CSCD stands for, is otherwise known as Probation Office. With these following conditions: a $500 fine plus court costs, 48 hours of community service restitution, DWI education, uimpact.com, TAP evaluation, and a parenting class. I will order that you place the ignition interlock in your vehicle within 10 calendar days and maintain it for half the term of your probation. I will require one affidavit from you within 10 calendar days, and it can be e-filed, counsel. And that affidavit will be that you will not drive any vehicle that is not equipped with an ignition interlock. I'm going to set your supervision fee at $25. State, did I cover everything for you?
Sure.
State, you had indicated restitution here. Anyway, counsel, anything further?
Your Honor, just like the previous case earlier, if he has the opportunity to purchase the community service hours, and if you have a preferred nonprofit.
Sir, again, with that, he'll get with his community supervision officer. I have many alternative methods to be able to satisfy that requirement. They can go over with him and to include donation, and they have the guidelines on that.
Thank you.
On the organizations.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did I satisfy your question, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are you familiar with the Bear County Gives Back program? I can refer your client to that.
I am not familiar with that.
Okay. Say, do you have any objections for me referring Mr. Narvaez to the Bear County Gives Back program?
I have no objections, Your Honor.
And that would be for satisfaction of 40 hours of the community service restitution if he wishes to participate. It is a program that he will be working with the Bear County Sheriff, and he'll still be responsible for full 48, but this is a way for him to be able to satisfy 40 hours of that and then satisfy the rest of it with other alternatives.
Yes, Your Honor.
The CLO will go over the program with him and also be able to determine his eligibility to participate in that program. Counsel, anything further on this matter?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Narvaez, regard to the trial court certification of defendant's right to appeal, this has been a plea bargain, and I am going to certify that you have no right to appeal. You will be able to get a copy of this trial court certification of defendant's right to appeal when you come down to provide us your fingerprints. When will you be able to do that, sir? Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday?
We could shoot for Wednesday, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Sir, you will be coming down to county court at law number 2, which is located at 300 De La Rosa, San Antonio, Texas, 78205. We're on the first floor of the Kadena Reeves Justice Center. When you come in, please check in with Mike Bailiff. He will then further direct you. You'll be coming in between the hours of 2 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. So if you do not come down on Wednesday, the 26th of October, 2022, between those hours, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
And I'm looking for your success and being able to complete your community service, all your requirements for your probation successfully. And please remain in good health. Take care of that heart of yours. I'm sure it's as big as the state of Texas. And for your daughter, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, look forward to seeing you on Wednesday, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. If there's nothing else, you're excused, and when you come down between now and then, the CLO will get with you, okay, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And we're off record. Attorney Ramirez, the Bear County Gives Back program is a program that was kind of initiated by Judge Mesa and working with the sheriff and the defendant. Oh, this CLO Sedovich. I'll put you in a breakout room with her. She's an expert on it, okay? I'll put
Okay,
you and
great.
your client in there. Thank you so much. All righty. Thank you, CLO Sedovich. Appreciate your time.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, let's go ahead and move then. Attorney Settles, do you need to confer with the DAs?
No, Judge, I conferred last time we had a setting, and my client, I'm assuming he's not there, Anatoly Swatetsky.
Yes.
Is he there?
No, he's not. He didn't answer the docket.
Yes, I mean, this was a DWLI. You had told us at the last setting several requirements he needed to do in order to get a dismissal. And I went to follow up with him about a month ago. I started trying, and his texts are blocked and his phone is all. I have not been able to reach him for a month now. So, I mean, we have the offer. He knows what he needed to do. So I don't think I need to confer.
I understand. I'm going to go ahead and issue a judge's warrant, remand him without bond. But counsel, please, if you do get in touch with him, please approach me on that warrant, okay? But he'll need to come in person.
Definitely would do that, Judge. He was very diligent in the beginning of this case. It's odd that he's just out of pocket now, so I'll keep trying.
Okay, thank you very much, counsel. And again, please, he needs to come in person and, but not to worry, please do approach me on that warrant, okay?
Will do. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Have a great weekend, your excuse.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you. All right. Attorney Warburton, good morning. I'm doing good.
We are done with the MTR in 227. It is good. She's extended. So she is back 90 years. And we were set to be judged by Judge Johnson. That was an error.
Okay.
Judge Johnson and I were moving and hollering and laughing up here, and I think he just put it in wrong. We actually,
Whoa, hang on 2 seconds, sorry.
oh, it's okay. Victor and I talked about like, let's see how the MTR goes, because obviously if Judge O'Connell was to revoke her, we don't need to worry about this anymore. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So if she was continued on probation, so I was actually hoping, now that we do know that she is going to be continued, this case can be, both the district attorney's office and myself are center of our attention. We no longer have to worry about the MTR. Could we have a pretrial date for November 3rd or 4th so that Victor and I can look over the evidence again?
Oh, actually, they're starting like a confer, so on Mondays. So do you want to confer with him and now?
We already have conferred quite a bit about this case, but there was still some missing evidence, and we were kind of waiting to see what would happen with the MTR, because there will be no need for Victor to go do all this work if she gets revoked, right? And so now that we know she's not revoked, we have that settled. I think Victor's gonna look for a few things for me that I've asked for.
Okay.
And the third of the
So that's
fourth-
what you guys already is saying, hey, we want to look at some more things?
Yeah, well, now that we know that there's a point to it all.
Sure, I got you.
And I think that the third or the fourth would be perfect, because that's the soonest Victor can get the evidence. We don't want to waste the court's time, but it's going to take him, at least 10 days to upload, to get the Coban to come back.
Oh, really?
So that's what the police, they take their time. So I'm feeling like 2 weeks would be perfect, Judge. And I'm available both the 3rd and the 4th that week.
Okay, so are we looking to go ahead and plead this case?
No, Judge, just a pretrial conference.
No, but is that where we're moving towards? I mean, do we need to have?
I don't know, Judge, this case is only 3 months old.
Okay.
So, like, it's a very new case.
Mhm. And was this the basis of the motion to revoke of a felony?
Partly, yes. And the judge did not find it true.
Okay. All right. So what are we going to accomplish on the 3rd or the 4th of November?
Well, hopefully by that time, Victor already knows what I need. And so hopefully when I come back on the 3rd or the 4th, that will have been uploaded to the discovery. I will have been able to review it. And then we will be able to decide whether Ms. Moreno would like to have a plea or whether she would like to exercise her right by a jury trial. But this discovery is not complete. So, I have no idea. Does she want a plea? Does she want a trial? I can't know that until I've reviewed all the evidence in this case.
State, what's the status of discovery in cause number 686029?
I thought that we made all the state's evidence available. Wasn't sure if there was something else. I think we're still looking into different things that might have come up regarding conference with defense counsel. But I think we're trying to see if we might need additional witnesses, I think.
What is Well, I'll tell you what.
Oh, and before I forget, Judge O'Connell told me to tell you hello.
He's my cousin. Do we want to go ahead? You can always pull out of the trial.
Uh-huh.
Do we want to go ahead and get trial dates on this? And then if you guys are able to settle it, then.
I would really love to come back in 2 weeks because we might. I promise you, Judge, you won't regret letting me come back in 2 weeks. If you let me come back in 2 weeks, you won't regret it because we may actually be able. I can't do ex parte communications, but yeah, I can't. But I can tell you that, without going into the evidence, that there are a few witnesses that may, after we find, Victor and I do our diligence, this case may end up dismissed. But it may not. And I think that in 2 weeks, we will have a firm answer on whether this is going to end in a dismissal, this is going to end in a plea, or whether this is going to go to trial.
And so.
If you want to give us trial dates like far in the future, that's fine. I mean, but this case is very new.
Right.
I think we still have a lot of work to do.
Sure. And that's why I want to push you to go ahead and do all that work. And you're promising me you're gonna do all that work within a couple of 2-3 weeks.
Absolutely.
So why don't we set a trial date? Why don't you take a look at your calendar, consult with the
Okay. Yeah, I'll go
And that
back there.
will-
I'll pick a trial date. Oh,
Right.
that's fine, Judge.
because what will happen is up until that time, if I get a dismissal, I get a plea, it's still within, okay?
Easy peasy. I like that, Judge.
Okay,
Very
thank you.
good.
All right.
Thank
And
you.
then we'll do a little pre-trial conference hearing here, so then we know what we're looking for.
Perfect. I will go tell Marie.
Awesome, thank you.
Yes, Judge.
As soon as you come back, we'll do that. All kinds of weird things is happening with the technology. I know, it's crazy. Sure. Oh, hang on, everybody may be moved when you do that, but let me just deal with Mr. Attorney Cuellar. Attorney Cuellar?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Two seconds, sir, 2 seconds. Attorney Cuellar, what are we going to do with your client, Mr. Gillen?
Yes, Your Honor. I did confer with the state and they did graciously offer a conditional dismissal upon completion of an anger management class. I think my client is willing to accept that.
Let's get on record, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gillen, Deputy, I need for you to come on up here, sir. Yes, sir.
Stand around from the judge, keep your hands down.
Counsel, can you see your client?
Yes, Your Honor. I can.
Sorry, didn't realize I hadn't stopped sharing there. Let us get on record on cause number 678-907, State of Texas versus Joseph Damian Gillen. Parties, please approach and identify who's before the court, starting with the state.
Victor Hernandez with the state.
David Quare for Mr. Gillen.
And are you Joseph Damian Gillen?
Yes, ma'am.
And counsel, you're indicating to me, let the record reflect that the defendant is in this court session with his attorney. Defendant is in person and his attorney is via Zoom as well as the state. Counsel, you indicate to me that you have worked out a conditional dismissal for your client.
That's correct, Your Honor.
State, what are the conditions?
Your Honor, as I understand, the conditions will require the defendant to take an anger management class. In exchange for that, the state will dismiss the case.
Counsel, what date will you think that this will take for your client to complete this anger management class, keeping in mind that if it does not complete it on the date stated, he will need to plea?
I would think probably looking at maybe Thursday, November 10th. I believe November 11th, Friday's a holiday.
Right. November 10th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Just take it back to her. And we can apply that.
All righty, counsel, I'm going to place you in a breakout room and put your client in a breakout room with CLO Sedovich so she can maybe give some guidance as far as anger management courses that are available. Will you be able to do that, CLO?
Yes, I can provide him a list.
Thank you very much. And so the conditional dismissal is going to be reset for the 10th of November for you to go ahead and complete it, Mr. Gillen. If you do not complete an anger management class that is satisfactory to this court, you will plea on that day, on the 10th of November. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Your attorney has worked very hard to be able to go ahead and get this deal for you. Please do not disappoint him, okay? Or disappoint yourself. Thank you. I think you'll be successful. Look forward to it. Go ahead. The bailiff is going to put you in that room for you to be in a breakout room. Counsel.
Your Honor, may I clarify?
Trial date, Judge Marina said it, my client signed the form, we're good to go.
Not a problem. We're going to go ahead and get on a on record now.
You wanna go on record?
Your Honor, may I clarify on the anger management? Your guidelines say that it's the court will no longer accept the 4-hour anger management course and that the probationers must complete the 8-week course or CATS hostility management. Is that correct?
The CATS hostility, is that 8 weeks?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. I can give them the referral and I just wanted to verify it has to be longer than a 4-hour course, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Okay, I'll put you guys in the breakout room with the Attorney Cuellar. Okay, State, can you pull cause number 686-029 for Larissa Moreno?
I have it, Your Honor.
You ready, State?
Yes, Your Honor.
All righty. Court is going to get on record on cause number 686029, State of Texas versus Larissa Marie Moreno. Party attorneys and attorneys only, please approach and identify who's before the court, starting with the state.
Victor Hernandez for the state.
Alice Warburton for Alice Warburton for defendant Larissa Moreno.
We're here for a pretrial conference hearing today, Friday, the 21st of October, 2022. State, please proceed.
Sir, this case involves the San Antonio Police Department, and the state has conveyed a plea offer by email to defense counsel.
Counsel, do you acknowledge receipt of an offer that was conveyed to you in writing by the state?
I do, Judge.
And how are we going to dispose of this matter?
My client would like to reject that offer at this time, and we just got a trial date from the court, so we would like to proceed with the trial.
Okay, what's that trial date?
February 9th, Judge.
And what is the trial announcement called, docket?
February 9th is the call docket, Judge, and the trial date is the 13th.
Thank you. State, any objections?
Oh, Your Honor.
Counsel, will your client need an interpreter?
She will not, Judge.
Regarding witnesses, counsel, would the defense rely on the state's file and police reports, file a motion, or have the witnesses read on record at this time?
I will rely on the state's motion for witness list, Judge.
All
And
righty.
then we will bring our own witnesses if we need any.
State, do you reserve your right to supplement regarding witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objection.
And what's the supplementation date, State?
Your Honor, I'd suggest January 15th of 2023.
No objection.
All motions and pretrial requests will be in writing. State, have you filed any motions in this case?
Oh, Your Honor.
Defense?
Not at this time, Judge.
And if there's any motions or requests that the court needs to arbitrate, please make sure to set that for a hearing on a Friday. And so that we'll be able to go ahead and get that heard.
Yes, Judge.
Any discovery issues or concerns, State?
Oh, Your Honor.
Defense?
Not at this time, Judge. We are well on our way to working out what we need to work out.
What are we working out? Because this is all that you spoke to me about is some
So,
discovery
Judge,
concerns.
there is some additional witnesses that we, the defense, are going to be looking for. And then I do need a copy of the IDR, but that's already been requested, Judge. It'll be uploaded in no time. The state's paralegal is already working on it.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and make it part of the record right now, what the discovery concerns or issues are. What are we looking for and all that? So
Perfect, Judge.
the state is well aware of it and will advise the court what they're doing about it. So the incident detail report and what else?
Yes, Judge. But yes, that's the only thing so far that I'm missing. And then we are looking for some additional witnesses.
Okay. Of which you don't need to go ahead and disclose it, with exception of an expert perhaps that you may be
It is
considering.
not an expert, Judge. No, ma'am.
State, what are we doing with the incident detail report?
Sure, Your Honor. Your Honor, I will request that to my office and follow up to see if we can get a copy of that.
You will request it when?
Your Honor, I'll do that this afternoon.
Alrighty. So I will change both of your answers to yes, you have some discovery issues or concerns. Is that correct, State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Sure, yes, all right, yes.
That's not a concern for you? The IDR?
No, it is, Judge, yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Have you received your e-discovery defense?
I have, Judge,
Have you received the information on this case?
I have, Judge.
Do you do you waive arraignment on behalf of your defendant?
I have, Judge, yes, I've already filed one, but I do, once again, waive the arraignment.
Thank you. All righty. Court admonishes both parties to ensure that exercise due diligence to ensure that discovery does not impede the execution of this trial on the set date of the 13th of February, 2023. And for defense, noting that the defendant is present, however, make sure to exercise due diligence to notify the defendant of the next court date. Barring any motions that defense or anyone may set for a hearing, the next court date for this defendant will be on the trial announcement call docket for the 9th of February, 2023. But that do not dissuade you from going ahead and settling this matter before, as you see,
Yes,
as
Judge.
you progress. If the defendant does decide to accept the state's offer, defense will tender a jury waiver immediately and set this matter for a plea within 2 to 3 weeks.
Yes, Judge.
State, do you acknowledge the court's admonishments and order?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
Defense, does the court coordinator have the defendant's email address?
She does, Judge.
State, anything further on this matter?
No, Your Honor.
And nothing
Counsel.
further from the defense.
No,
Yes, Judge, nothing further.
nothing, okay. Shoot. Counsel, I thought there was an H in your name.
No H, Judge.
Okay, my mistake. Okay. Subject to your objections, court understands under cause number 686-029, State of Texas versus Larissa Marie Moreno, that this matter will be disposed of by trial on the 13th of February 2022 with the trial announcement called docket on 9th of February 2023, and of which the state has no objections. No interpreter is needed for the defendant, and as defense will rely on state's file and police reports for witnesses. And the state reserves its right to supplement with a supplementation date of 15 January 2023, of which the defense has no objections. This is the San Antonio Police Department arrest case. Neither party has filed any motions or requests in this case. Both the state and the defense have discovery issues regarding the incident detail report. And the state will request that incident detail report today, the 21st of October, 2022 in the PM. Defense is also looking into additional witnesses. Defense has received its e-discovery as well as the information and does waive arraignment on behalf of this defendant. Defense acknowledged the receipt of an offer that was conveyed in writing by the state, and at this time does reject it. And both the state and the defense acknowledge the court's admonishments and orders, and defendant's email address has been tendered to the court coordinator today, the 21st of October, 2022. State, any objections to the court's recitation?
No, Your Honor.
None from the defense, Judge.
This judge's notes concerning this pretrial conference hearing is in the court file and available to either party to be able to go ahead and reference. Thank you very much. If there being nothing else, we're off record. You have your case setting form?
I do, Judge.
You guys have a great weekend. You're excused. Thank you.
Judge.
Court will be in recess until 1 o'clock. Until 1 o'clock. Court is in recess, so 1.